Have you seen Angela? Where the hell has this chick been? She's always sneaking off this abandoned cabin. Look what we got here. Well, this gotta be Angela's stuff. She's always sneaking out here. I don't know, man. What do you think's going on? What'd you say? She's Springsteen's sister? Hey, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing well out there. Today we're gonna head back to summer camp, but before they take that trip, do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe. Join me here. I greatly would appreciate that. Today we're going to talk about Sleepaway Camp 2, Unhappy Campers. Now, I have not watched this sequel since I first purchased that box set when Anchor Bay released that way back when, which I can't remember the year that was released. I've had it since then. I had to pull that out of the archives to do this review. I'm going to review part 3 as well, coming up very soon. Now, Sleepaway Camp 2 came out 5 years after the original. This one dropped February 28th of 1988. It's rated R. It's an hour and 20 minutes long. This was directed by Michael Simpson. And Felissa Rose, they wanted Felissa Rose to come back. It didn't work out. I believe she was going off to college at the time. So they recasted Angela and they hired Pamela Springsteen to play Angela. And yes, she is the sister of the boss, Bruce Springsteen. We also got Renee Estevez in this film as Molly, and she is Martin Sheen's daughter, which would make her Emilio Estevez's sister and Charlie Sheen's sister. So there you go. We got some Hollywood connections in this film. Now, this film was shot in Waco, Georgia, and right away we pick up these boys sitting around this campfire telling the story of the original Sleepaway Camp, to catch us up to speed here. And one of the girls from Angela's cabin, one of her wards, snuck out to hang out with them. Angela comes through the woods, gets this girl, and starts taking her back to the cabin. But Angela doesn't like naughty girls, so she ends up killing her right away in a very funny, cheesy, over-the-top kill. And that's pretty much this movie. As the film goes along, anybody who's naughty, Angela takes out in varying ways. And she just tells the guy who runs the camp that she just sent them home because they were being a bad camper. And eventually this does get her in trouble with the owner of the camp, to the point where eventually there's so many kids that she sent home or killed in various ways that they fire her. And that sends Angela off the cliff, and she just basically kills everybody except for Molly and her would-be boyfriend, who she ties up in this abandoned shack in the middle of the woods where she has all the bodies strewn about that she killed throughout the film. But eventually she kills her boyfriend as well, and then Molly does escape as Angela dispatches of the last people at camp. And at the end we get that surprise ending where Molly thinks she's getting away. She flags down this pickup truck, and it's none other than Angela to say one last cheesy, funny line to her. And that's the end of Sleepaway Camp 2. This movie actually is a lot more fun than I remember it being. When I was a kid, I didn't like this sequel at all. And even when I watched it when I first bought that box set, I don't remember if I enjoyed it or not. It's been a long time since I rewatched it now. Now, I like the first Sleepaway Camp film. It's trashy, sleazy, cheesy, over-the-top fun. And especially with that shocking ending, which truly was a shocking ending, especially way back in the day. But nobody has an idea this is the Angela from the first film. And the one other camp counselor starts kind of piecing it together, and then she kills him right towards the end when he comes in to try to rescue the kids that are still alive, Molly and her boyfriend. But she dispatches people in different ways. She dispatches a girl with a drill in a car, which is pretty cool. The one girl, she stabs in the back a bunch of times and forces her into an outhouse and then drowns her in fecal matter and human waste. She cuts off the guy who owns the camp's hand when he goes to call the cops, slits his throat. We don't see it. That's an aftermath kill. This movie isn't overly gory. It's violent. Violent stuff happens. There's blood being tossed about here, and there's some cool makeup effects. Some of the makeup effects don't look as good. And there's always that famous scene, like in my intro, where the kids are going to scare Angela. One kid kind of dresses up like the dime store Freddy Krueger. He has the glove. His makeup looks nowhere near as good as Robert Englund's. And then one kid kind of dresses up like the dime store Jason mask, and they're going to scare her in the woods, and she ends up flipping the script and killing those two kids. And this is why she keeps saying that she sent them home, because they were bad. And eventually, at the end of the film, it sets it up for the third one. Angela's alive, and she catches up with Molly at the end, to Molly's much surprise. Now, I've never seen part 3. So part 3 is going to be a total fresh watch. I'll consider this a fresh watch because I haven't seen it in years. But I definitely enjoyed this film a lot more than I thought I was going to. if you go in with the right mindset, don't take it seriously. It's definitely played for that over-the-top, campy, cheesy, comedic, fun route they go. And Pamela Springsteen is game here. She goes for it along with the filmmakers here. This isn't the best shot movie ever. It's okayly shot. It's nothing to write home about. It's not, the style here isn't going to blow your mind or anything, but it's competently shot enough to get across what the movie's trying to do. And at the end of the day, all it's really trying to do is give you a good time at the movies with a film that they don't want you to take too seriously. Just have a good time, turn your brain off, and watch the chaos unfold on screen. And that, if you do that, you're going to have a good enough time with this little cheesy slasher film that was a sequel to the original Sleepaway Camp. And, you can't go wrong if you're just looking for a cheesy fun time where a lot of people get killed by this psychotic woman who thinks she's fine, but she's batshit crazy still, even from the first film. Now, some of the cast and crew were unaware until years later after they made this film that she was related. Pamela Springsteen was Bruce Springsteen's sister. She never mentioned it on set, never brought it up. This was filmed back-to-back with part 3. They decided while they were making this film to make the third one, and they just kept shooting. And I think the budget on this one was like $450,000. I think I read that somewhere. That's what it was. Angela's dream sequence towards the latter part of the film, was actually just done to pad out the runtime to give it to the 80 minutes. That's the only reason that scene's even in there. It wasn't originally in the script. They just did it to pad the runtime. And in the shack where when they show her with all the bodies and she has Molly tied up, they show a poster for Flotsam and Jetsam there on the couch next to Molly. So that's a cool little callback there. But overall, this is just a fun, cheesy slasher film. You can't take it seriously. Everything's heightened. It's played to the nines with the cheese level. At the end of the day, I would give this a 6 out of 10. It's a perfectly serviceable, fun time at the movies. And I enjoyed myself a hell of a lot more than I remember when I was a kid. So yeah, Sleepaway Camp 2, 6 out of 10. If you've ever seen this one, leave a comment down below. Let me know. Hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, share this video. I greatly would appreciate that. I'll be back with a review for Sleepaway Camp 3, which I've never seen. But until then, bye.